Hi everybody, welcome to TTV. Today we're going to introduce you to a really cool little gadget and I'm going to show you how it works. This gadget's a chain tensioner tool, and what it does is it eliminates any of the doubt that you have on the proper tension of your chain. So this is the way it comes. It comes in a Ziploc bag with a cardboard header, and the part number is 3651001. That's the importation STIBO part number. So if anybody's curious about how to get it and get your hands on it, it's available in our catalogs. The header, the cardboard header, it's an extremely important portion to retain when you unwrap this from its bag. So you would remove the header, try not to damage it too much, because on the inside of this header are some instructions, and they're actually very clear instructions on how to set this tool up properly. So to begin our setup here, they're saying step one is to refer to the manufacturer's service manual to find out what the required free play of the chain is. So what I've done in this case here is I've taken a copy of the chain adjustment out of the service manual, and as you can see here that it's saying anywhere between 20 and 30 millimeters of free play for this chain on this model of bike. And the last portion of step one is to determine the size of the link of the chain. So I've got a vernier here, and they're asking you to measure the actual width of or height of the link on the chain. So we're going to take the vernier and we're going to do a quick measurement. And as we can see, we've got 15 millimeters of chain link sizing. And so the final step of one is to take those two factors that we've just measured and to refer to the table that they have here. So they got this little table, and it's showing, okay, so 14 to 17 millimeter, which is our chain size. We know it's 15, so we fall into that category. And then after that, we knew that we have 20 to 30 millimeters of free play, so we follow that onto the guide, and it brings us to what they call setting number one. So now that we've determined what setting to set this tool at, we're going to have to refer to the scale on the back of this red tape. There's going to be a series of lines with numbers, and you just line up the bottom edge of this acorn nut with the required setting. And in our case, it's setting number one. Once you've lined that up, that bottom edge with the line, you just simply wind up this locking style nut until it touches the base of the adjuster, just like so, and you lock her down. Next step, loosen off the main nut on the axle. Also the adjusters, the adjuster nuts, so we're going to loosen off the locking nut. I'm going to back this off just a little bit. I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing on the other adjuster nut. So now, step three. Step three, it means we got to hang our tool on the chain. And what I suggest doing is you hang the tool between the tire and the pivot of the swing arm where we have some open space here. You're going to hang that tool. You want to adjust it down to 0. We've already had it set at its required setting, which was setting number 1. We're going to loosen it all the way back. We're going to hang that tool here. And what we want to do is line up that acorn nut in the center of one of the links and simply tighten it all the way up until you reach the stopper nut, which we adjusted. And once we get there, there we go. We're almost there. There it is. And you see what it's done? It's buckled the chain up. So that's going to be our required tension that we're looking for. Next step, step 4, is adjusting the chain. So what they're telling you to do is to adjust the chain, bring that chain up as tight as we can. Like, it's got to be nice and tight. So we're going to back off on the adjusters, both on the left side and the right side, equally as if we were adjusting the chain conventionally. So you still want to follow through having the same distance of adjustment on left to right side. They have to be equal so that your axle is perfectly aligned. So last step is going to be to lock down our nut, the main axle nut. Lock down our locking nuts. And then the final step, step 5, is just to remove our tool. And what we're left with is a perfect amount of tension on the chain. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.